We're recording, right? We're recording? We're good? I do this by myself. I don't know. I'm not talking to anyone. Someone recently asked me, Brendan, how do you take your coffee? And I said, well, you know, normally I take it black. I just like the bitter feeling. It makes me feel like productive. It makes me feel like I can kind of attack the day. You know, if I'm in a good mood, or if I just want to sprinkle up the day a little bit with something fun, I'll grab a mocha, a macchiato maybe. I don't really know what either of those things are. You know, just throw some sweet in there for me. You know, and that was my answer. And then she said, well, what do you want today? Because I'm a barista and you're at a coffee shop. I was ordering coffee. Let's start the video. Come
on now. Come on now. Come on. Put your hands together.
A lot of times when I make these videos, I just make a coffee because I want to make a coffee. I want to, like, part of my aesthetic to be that, like, I drink coffee during these videos, like little coffee chats between me and you. I like to think that you're also drinking coffee as you're watching this video. I know you probably aren't, but I'd like to think that you are. And so for my own ego, I will continue to think that you're also drinking coffee with me, so cheers. Do people cheers coffee? So I'm back in New York City, and the coronavirus is still very much at large. New York City's doing really well with their numbers, admittedly, but in the United States in general, it's still considered a pandemic. But, you know, things are opening up anyway. So that's the reason I came back to New York, is because the store that I worked at opened back up. For the record, they opened up very safely. Like, I don't feel like I'm in danger at all anytime I go to work. But I am back in New York City, which at one point was the epicenter of the coronavirus. And so I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about what it's been like to kind of integrate back into society. So we're gonna do that now. I'm not good at transitions. The biggest fear I had in coming back to New York was, like, how am I gonna get places? You know, I don't live close by my work. I do have to, like, either take a car or take a train to get to my job, or else I'd be walking all day. And that's hella calories burned. I'm all about burning those calories. But then I'd be sweaty because it's 90 degrees outside. And I don't wanna be sweaty for work. I wanna, like, be not sweaty, be dry. I'd like to be dry for work. I don't know how you guys work. I work dry. So I have to, you know, take the subway. Not being in New York City during the pandemic and not really, you know, seeing how New York City was preparing for this, it was really nerve-wracking to get on the subway for the first time. But I can tell you, I love taking the subway. It's so clean down there right now, or, you know, as clean as a subway can be, but I love it because everybody's working from home, or a bunch of people may have left the city, so the subway is never crowded, and it's cool down there. I always can find a seat, and it's usually 6 feet away from someone. Being in the subway, pretty good deal right now, okay? If you're in New York City not taking the subway, save some money, take the subway. I mean, do whatever you want to, you know, just wear a mask. Just wear a mask in the subway. It's actually a law. You have to. You're required by law to wear a mask in the subway. Don't do these things. These are pictures of what not to do when wearing a mask. Wear a mask the right way. Do it legally in the subway. Working is so different now. The way that I do my job kind of reflects what New York City is like right now. Everything is a lot slower. Everything is slower paced so that we have better control over who comes in, who comes out of the store. The rest of New York City is kind of like that. It seems to me that everyone's kind of taking their time. I don't really see anyone rushing to get anywhere right now, probably because there are less places to rush to during a pandemic. I was actually telling my mom the other day, like, I just feel like I can do my job so much better right now. I can take so much more time, and it's easier to think while working. There's a big part of me that's like, when this all hopefully ends, will things just return to what they were before this, or is there a way to actually keep the systems that we have in the store right now going? Because it's a really strong system. I can't really talk about working like a desk job, and I think most desk jobs you can just work from home right now anyway. New York's doing it right, you know, my company's doing it right. Keep it up, New York. Don't change things too fast, please. I beg of you. Because things are tight right now. I love how tight things are. Why do we say tight? If my shirt's too tight, that's not good, right? Right? Weird. Grocery shopping is probably the least fun experience right now. If you're in a grocery store, please be nice to everyone, but especially the essential workers who are working in said grocery store. Don't be rude to anyone right now, actually, but if you're gonna pick a time and place to be rude, it better not be in the damn grocery store. Especially in New York City, because New York City, you know, every building kind of is crowded, right? Especially in grocery stores, and especially during a pandemic, because everyone's constantly like worried about the next thing that they need, or maybe they actually need that thing today. You just really have to practice your patience. It's always so funny to me when like customers get upset about something as if like the employees were like purposefully trying to screw over that customer because there was no toilet paper. No one's trying to screw anyone over. Everyone's just trying to do their job and go home. But it can be a little stressful. It's hard to maintain social distancing when, you know, everyone needs bread or everyone needs paper towels. You just kind of have to really take your time. Don't go grocery shopping if you're in a rush to be somewhere else. I think those are some good tips. I think I put tips in there. Just don't be rude. Just don't be a jackass. What a tip for life. Don't be a jackass. Don't be a jackass. Okay, beautiful. Let's move on to the next thing. The gym is not being open has been really hard. I didn't realize how reliant I was on some sort of gym in order to like keep up with being active every day. And so one thing that I've started doing is like going running. I've tried like adding more distance on my runs every single day. When you have a day off and during a pandemic, it's really easy to just sit in bed all day and do nothing, and that's really bad for my mental health. So I try and get up and as early as possible go for a run or do something active. And then there are a lot of like free fitness classes going on right now during the pandemic. But you know, I do some of those fitness classes, a lot of HIIT workouts, yoga. It just sucks because like I do want to go and do the strength conditioning stuff, and it's a lot harder to do strength conditioning without actual weights. If you guys have any tips for that, actually teach me. I can teach you a lot, but you guys can also teach me a lot. Don't be afraid to you know, do a workout in your living room. Just be like respectful of your neighbors, I guess. Like don't be banging all over the place. In New York City, we all live in boxes, so like it's tough. And like I do have to like move furniture around in order to work out, but working out is important to me. Oh, but if you're gonna go for a run, wear a goddamn mask. I know it makes your run harder. That doesn't like mean you're gonna burn less calories or whatever your fitness goal in that day will be. But wear a mask because you're sweating and spitting everywhere when you run, whether you realize it or not. It can get people sick. Wear a mask when you run. I haven't gone to too many public places that like weren't my store or the grocery store or whatever while I've been here. But the two places that I have been to is when I go for my runs, I usually run along the Hudson River, and there are like parks and stuff along the Hudson River that people just chill at. And then I've also been to Central Park. Those are places where people are more laxed about, you know, about the whole situation. If you're going to go to those places, just be weary of your surroundings and just be polite to other people, and don't get too much in people's spaces. But otherwise though, in the summertime, those spaces are just absolutely gorgeous. I was at Central Park yesterday with a couple of friends, and we took this picture of me. Do you like that picture? If you like that picture, you should follow my Instagram. That picture isn't on my Instagram, but I was just looking for an excuse to plug my Instagram. But for the most part, those places, you know, a little less crowded than they used to be, and are still great places to like go and get some sun and get some activities done. As I came back to New York, I've been to 3 different bars. All of them were outdoor seating. You know, most bars are not allowing indoor seating, and if they are, it's like, you know, there's a limit to how many people can be in place. And then the friends that I have who are still in New York, we've been able to be creative and figure out what we wanted to do. A lot of the things we're doing are like outdoor activities or like exploring different parts of the city that we've never been before. When you live in New York City, it's like, this is such a tourist town, but when you live here, it's like, why would I do the tourist things? Some of the tourist things are cool, and a lot of them are free. A buddy of mine went to this like secret rooftop garden down by the Statue of Liberty not too long ago, and that was just like a really neat discovery that we found. I mean, we didn't discover it. It was obviously there, you know. We can't just discover something that was already, people had already figured out the existence. Christopher Columbus. Just have your wits about you. You don't constantly have to just go like to a bar or something to enjoy yourself. I have a good group of people in my life where I feel like I don't need to be like, hey, you're following all the COVID rules, right? Because I don't, you know, if you're being lackadaisical about them, I don't really want to hang out with you. Like, I'm being honest, I'm just being honest. Don't really want to hang out with you if you're not following the COVID rules, because I don't want to get COVID. But even when we're out, like, we don't touch each other, we don't lose sight of the situation that's going on, and that's also very, very important. I'm excited to continue socializing with certain people, and not so excited to socialize with other people.
Tell me again.
Okay. The first time I saw your eyes, I felt like I could stay lost in them forever.
That's so corny.
Yeah, but you like corny.
What did you do today?
Well, I set up my camera and got prepared to do the sketch that we're filming now.
But did you eat your avocado toast?
Of course I did, that's like our thing.
Avocado toast at 11:45 a.m. Why?
Because we're adorable.
We are adorable.
My mom certainly thinks so.
Oh, tell her I said hi.
I will. I can't wait
For what?
to see you.
Can you believe we haven't met this entire time? Like, how long has quarantine gone on?
3 months? Which reminds me, 2.5-month anniversary.
Do you want a kiss?
I wish.
Me too. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Breaking news! We've just received word that the quarantine has lifted. All of you long-distance lovebirds that met on some vague dating app can finally, legally, meet face-to-face and give each other that kiss that you've been talking about for 2.5 months.
Oh.
Oh.
Should we
We need like a plane ticket.
I don't have a job.
And I make YouTube videos that no one watches.
No one's going to see this?
Nope.
Then why did I agree to do it?
It beats me. You look cute on camera though.
So, do you want to see each other?
Not really.
What?
That's money, dude. Unemployment barely pays the rent.
You're living with your mom.
And she charges rent.
Well, get a job then.
Who's gonna hire me during a pandemic? I have no discernible skills. I can barely make a caramel macchiato.
Are you seriously plugging your video?
Well, where else am I gonna plug it?
I'm leaving.
No, wait.
What?
Could you show me how to make a caramel macchiato? Because I feel like that's a really good skill to have, and I feel like working in a coffee shop might be my aesthetic, and I just think that... Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around this long, I super appreciate it. If you like this video even a little bit, go and click the like button down below. And if you're feeling even a little bit generous, go and click the subscribe button as well, because it's only a button, so why not just push it? And I will see you all very, very soon.